for the same reason. So what we've got to do, and let me get this clear, I recommended on my channel, I've got about 250,000 followers on various channels, as you probably know, and I, relatively last minute, within 2 weeks of the election, I said, no, it looks like reform's the only game in town. It's the only game in town. You've got to vote reform. And they got 4 million votes, which is round about what UKIP got. And of course, it was more than the Lib Dems got. But we all know how the political system works. I'm not sure that these lessons have been learnt from the UKIP and Brexit days. And when I saw the departure of Ben Habib, who is an intellectual heavyweight and very articulate, and Butterfingers fringe party reform, as they are at the moment, and they could get bigger and bigger, and I hope they do. You can't afford to lose people like Ben Habib. You just can't, especially if you're trying to build a team for a major election. He would have made an excellent shadow minister without perhaps portfolio even, or whatever. He was a very good man. You can't lose people like this.
The handling of that was so botched, I think. Then the other factor is the reference to the marchers who went to the Uniting the Kingdom rally are described as Tommy Robinson supporters as that lot, which has also upset a lot of people. Godfrey, how do you feel about that?
Yes, indeed. I'm up here. I have a small holding in the East Riding of Yorkshire, and I was having a Sunday lunch, funnily, the Sunday following that, and a number of people around my dinner table were at that march with their families, waving a Union Jack. Now, in my view, Tice is somehow politically retarded. The last thing you do is to slag off people who voted reform, and I would suggest 70% of those people there voted reform, and 70% of the people there would have delivered leaflets for reform or sent money to reform, and he gratuitously slagged them off. What was his game? Sometimes I wonder whether these things are own goals or people have got a few quid in the toe cap of their football boot.